Here we go. It's loading. It's loading.
Loading. Mm-hmm.
Zoom and YouTube, they're like dusting off the cobwebs.
They're like, hey, you guys, who are you guys?
Yeah, waking from a long slumber. It's like, oh.
Can you give it to me? Baby, step to the beat. I'm down on my knees. Madonna is unstoppable.
You're listening to MLVC, the Madonna podcast, your place for all things Madonna, Louise Veronica Ciccone. Welcome back, everyone. This is Liberty. How are you tonight?
And hey guys, it's Tony. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to all of you. It's Ben.
And hey, everybody, it's Stefan. Welcome to another season of MLVC, season 7. Who would have thought all the way back in 2019 that we'd still be doing this?
Yeah, well, life is a circle.
Oh, for sure. And y'all, whose brilliant idea was it to schedule this on a Friday night? Because I am mentally drained from an exhausting week at work, and I feel like I need to channel some Madonna tour energy to be ready for those 16 deep knee squats at the end of the show.
Hey, where's the party? That's what I say every Friday. Where's the party? I wanna breathe.
Yeah, I was texting all of you the screen captures as I was watching Blonde Ambition on the treadmill the other day, and when she got to Where's the Party, I was like, oh my God, this song, I need to embody that energy in 2025.
Oh, for sure. Just that whole tour. I mean, just give me
just that song.
It's like the substance. Like I need like a vial of Madonna energy bottled up, and like I'd be fine trading off with like my younger self for a week or something, you know?
Right. No wonder now she's like, I'm tired.
Would you trade with your 1990 self, your 2000 self, or your 2010 self?
1990. I'm a little too young in 1990. So what was the other option?
2000 or 2010?
2000 was good for me. I think that was before herniated discs. So yeah,
I do 2010.
I mean, that was good, Stefan, too. But yeah, I know. Oh, I was going to say, we need some. Can y'all send us some donations? Because after 7 seasons of podcasting, I've started to need some Botox. And
if you want to look at us and us look hot,
Yeah, I don't think that's from 7 seasons of podcasting. Yeah,
it's the waiting on the albums. That's it's aging us.
Well, for those of us who are watching live, you will not have just heard this. But for those listening to the audio version, you will have just heard a snippet of our brand new theme song, written and sung by Lady Liberty and produced by me. It is a song called Madonna is Unstoppable. And yes, the full version of that song will be coming in a few weeks, so keep your ears peeled. It's a bop. You're going to love it. It's following in the tradition of Madonna Forever and We Love Madonna. You know, I mean, what would another season be without a Madonna theme song?
And listen, I mean, it's just so easy. Because listen, this is how we podcasting for 7 years, right? It's easy to talk about her. It's as easy to sing about her. I have all the lyrics just like broop, broop, broop. She gives us all of what we need to just keep on talking, keep on singing.
Yeah.
So thanks to her.
Before we jump in, I did want to say our hearts and minds are with those that are suffering from the disaster in LA. We know that we have a bunch of listeners and friends of the podcast who are out in Los Angeles. We are sending you safety and love and protection. So we're dedicating this episode to you there. But yeah, so we're back. It's been only a couple of weeks. How was everyone's holiday break? Tony, what's going on in San Francisco?
Oh, nothing. I worked through the holidays. I'm still working, and it's like nothing happened, you know?
No news is good news, right?
No news is good news.
Ben, what about you?
I mean,
what happened to you over the break?
It snowed. I went to the Northeast and it snowed some more. I read some books and and I drank some bourbon and hung out with a bunch of Italians. So I got like that Madonna family experience.
But I think in addition to reading some books, I believe you also published a book.
That is correct. I did.
For those of you not seeing what I'm showing, I'm doing a little show and tell for Ben's beautiful book called
Oh,
It
I
Was
can't.
Never Supposed to Be.
I'm trying to show the full cover because I have the French flaps extended in like a poster and the stupid. Hold on, I'm gonna
Oh,
like
nice.
I'm gonna get rid of my little background thingy for a second. Yeah,
Oh,
look
that's
at
so
that.
pretty.
Because it has French flaps. So this is the front, this is the back, and then the French flaps, and there's little Easter eggs for the stuff in the book in here. So
Yep.
yeah.
And Ben, where can our listeners buy your book?
Currently it is on Asterism.
Do you have a link on your bio in Instagram?
I am going to put a link in the chat so everybody will be able to find
There we
it.
go.
Yes.
Yes,
So
please.
If you'd like to buy some
I'll-
poetry, maybe we'll listen to a poem a little later in the show. How about that?
Yes, and I got to give a shout out to my New York City buddy, George Gozum, who is the artist of that cover. You can search him on Etsy and various sites and purchase his art directly. He is a very talented artist and fashion illustrator. I highly recommend getting an original piece of his work.
And Liberty, what about you? What you do for break?
I loafed. I didn't do too much. We just, I did little projects around the house that I needed to be done, just like getting rid of a bunch of stuff in the closet. It's still full, but yeah, I got rid of some things and,
You're burying the lead, Liberty. You forgot. Liberty and I worked on a lot of music over the break.
Yeah,
so Liberty and I are producing Liberty's second album, and she's got a lot of bops coming your way, a lot of really great lyrics, a lot of really great vocals. In addition to Madonna is Unstoppable, there's original songs that have nothing to do with Madonna.
What?
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, you can
Inspired
interpret
by.
them. Yeah, and you can interpret them however you like. If you want.
Inspired by, right? Come on.
Always. I mean, she's my number one muse.
Yeah.
Wait, is my dream coming true and you're doing a cover of Dear Father, the outtake from Erotica?
Not quite.
Ben, we can't afford the rights to produce those.
Okay, that was never registered with the Copyright Office. So
We'd have to ask the Madonna songbook guy. He would know.
Actually, speaking of Madonna songbook, oh God, I can't even hold it up. That was I have now finally gotten my copy of Madonna songbook. It is a beast of a book. I mean, seriously, it's got to be like 10 pounds. Like I could lift this in the gym, but it's beautiful. I can't wait to dive in. Work has been kicking my ass, and I have had no capacity to read because my brain is just mush at the end of the day. So, but I'm looking forward to diving in for all things. I saw a lot of movies over the break. One that I wanted to bring to this group. Did y'all see the Bob Dylan biopic with Timothée Chalamet? No, none of you?
No.
Okay, so Timothy was great. I love little Timothy. He was great as Bob Dylan. I'm not a big Bob Dylan fan, but I thought he did a fantastic job. And I got to say, the one thing I was thinking while watching it was, I'm like, I wonder what Madonna's biopic will be like compared to this. So I just didn't know if any of you had seen it, but I guess not.
No, but I did.
meant to, but
I did get a chance to, it's been kind of like a work in progress. I've been trying to find a way to watch Becoming Madonna the Sky TV documentary.
Yes.
And with my 2 different VPNs that I've been using for years, have not been able to get it through the Sky app or any permutation. My tech friend John was able to download it, but was only able to extract the audio. So I listened to it, listen to it the way one does like a podcast. And it was actually, it's really well done. It's really well researched. I can't talk about the footage because I didn't see it, but all the talking heads, if you're a Madonna fan, who's been around like we have, you'll pick up on who they are without even knowing, without even having like an identifier. I was like, oh, that's Christopher Ciccone, that's Mary Lambert, that's Seymour Stein. But it starts out with her coming to New York, and it ends around the erotica era. But I feel like out of anything that's come out about Madonna that's been unauthorized and not from her camp, I think this is probably the best thing with a budget that's been put out.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so let's put that out to the Madonna verse.
Yeah.
If anyone's listening and has a bootleg copy that you can send us on the side, slide into our DMs and send that over, because we Americans can't see Becoming Madonna the documentary.
No.
As a Madonna podcast, I kind of feel like we have to.
Yeah. No, I kind of felt like, I'm a completist as it is, but, the last 2 weeks I've been kind of going crazy trying to figure out a way to give this to you guys, and all I could give you was a sound file. So, but it's still very, like I said, very well done, very well researched. A lot of very interesting sound bites. Like there's live footage of her performing at Uncle Sam's, and that's,
wow.
I mean, I've never seen that. I'd never heard it either. Her talking to an audience in 1983, which is mind blowing,
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited to see it.
Sky TV production, right?
Yeah.
So their stuff usually gets licensed to either Peacock or Netflix, and sometimes you can get it on Philo.
Right,
So
but there are no plans for it to be released in the U.S. That's what I'm reading.
They're probably scared.
They haven't sold the
music
rights to
rights.
any American streamers. That's what I read.
Or it could be that they're being blocked from doing that because she's got her tour film coming out, and they don't want to cross pollinate, or confuse people or something.
I think it's out of her hands, to be honest, because it's all fair use. They use her music through music videos. So they are probably, as Sky TV, they already had those rights,
Right.
So I don't know. We'll see. But
Yeah, they had one of the guys who was working on that documentary and the production side of it had contacted me last year or the year before. Because they were trying to get to Stephen Bray, and I was like, well, I can't give out his email address. I'm like, if you could get to him yourself, fine. But they were going to license some of our interview from Stephen Bray and some of the other people, but then they ended up tracking him down themselves, so they didn't need to use our interview.
His voice is rather prevalent in the whole thing. I mean, I like it a lot. It's less about her as a personality, more about her as a songwriter.
Nice.
Her collaborators, how she, put together her music career. It's less salacious, less about her sexuality. You know what I mean? It's about her as an artist, which is like, come on, it's about time we see this.
Yeah, thank goodness, right? All this, some of this media coming out about her actual artistry and how effective she is in songwriting, and that's amazing.
So I hope that we are able to see it stateside the way it's meant to be seen. And if anyone has any information, please let us know.
London listeners, we're calling you. I also want to say for everyone listening, watching, whatnot, can you give us props, because we totally stepped up our promo for season 7. I hope everybody appreciated the effort that we put into doing those photos, because let me tell you, although they may look flawless and effortless, they are not easy to execute by yourself. But I mean, seriously, my hand cramped trying to do that Ray of Light photo. And I was like, how did she do this?
Within the first 10 comments in the live chat, you got 2 props for the promo. And I credited you. I said it was your idea, and we were, as she once called, the loyal subjects.
We were just instruments in this composition,
Yeah. Well, after 7 years of doing this, you gotta step it up, make it look a little profesh, right?
Listen, I was just thrilled I could fit into that little skinny cut denim jacket still. Are you kidding me? I was like, oh, look at me getting in this jacket from when I was 30.
The scandalous shirtless underneath.
hmm Oh, Lord. We won't even talk about the giant bruise I had to cover up to even do that. Oh, my Lord.
No, we won't. Although
Ooh.
we will, you know what though? Not that it's a contest, but Ben won the co-host promo photo contest that we weren't really having because
Oh, I was going
Ben
to say,
got the
what?
most likes out of all 4 of our photos.
Oh,
So.
if
Well,
I
I'm jealous.
if I'd known there were a contest, I would have shown more skin. I mean,
I would have showed
Right.
nipples.
That should be a
Oh,
thing.
that's
We
too
need to
funny.
start doing that.
Like I said, it's not a contest,
No.
but Ben won. So,
I
Yeah.
saw them post and I didn't even get to look at them. Work has been killing me this week. And I'm just like, oh my God. That's why I'm so happy to be here and see all of you and talk
I
about
know,
how
same
needed
here.
it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, before we jump in, I just wanted to do a little season 7 incantation. Just bear with me for a second. Just everyone take a breath, hold your rosaries, hold yourself.
I'm going to hold my zipper.
There we go. By the powers humbly we call to thee, Mother Donna. Bring us great cosmic system energy with all the richness that a Chaconi can provide. Embrace us. We bring you our ray of light and ask for the gift of protection, wisdom, strength, and honor. Let it will be Ahahru Puru Sakaram Sanka Chakrasi. Amen. Thank you. There you go. I feel much
Amen.
better now.
We should have planned that the 3 of us were doing the while you were doing that. That would have been funny.
Om Shanti.
Yes.
All right. Well, I know you've all been waiting, and there's been plenties of goings on in the Madonnaverse.
You know she'll take you there. Maybe to Japan.
If we're lucky. Don't just stand there. Let's get to it. It's time for season 7. This week in Chaconi.
See, I get what I want.
Well, the day after our season 6 finale aired, Madonna took to Instagram to confirm that, yes, she was indeed working on new music with Stuart Price. So I don't want to say I told you so, but
Take your bow. Take your
I
bow.
see. I told you she was working on new music. I accept all of your apologies for the months and months of me ranting about her making new music. So now, question to the group. Do we all think it's an album? It has to be an album, right?
Yes.
Oh, it's 100% an album.
I have no
Yes.
idea. I don't have any insight on this. I'm going to wait and see what happens,
Here's why I think it's an album. Guy Oseary showing up. If it was the movie or a soundtrack, Oseary would not be there. When he made the appearance, I was like, oh, we're back in a ray of light moment.
Oh, it's work.
Where he's
Yeah.
hanging out and checking in and probably negotiating a distribution deal. I'm like, okay, ma'am.
I hope you guys are right, because I don't want this to be another thing where I get all worked up about an album and then it becomes Hey You all over again.
Now. Hey,
No,
you.
somebody
That's a timeless.
has to say it. Somebody has to say it.
That's a timeless classic, Tony.
That was a
That's
time
right.
filler. That's what it was.
Listen,
It was
and
a time warp that we don't need to go back through.
the song she used in the clip. I mean, the girl is out to, rake it up a little bit, which is good. I think
Yeah.
she can and should get those laurels and get that bag and do all the things. And
Yeah.
it's Stuart, so I have the hopes are high, and that's okay. I'm all right. I ride along whatever she wants. So
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Can
in the caption, she said, "Who wants to hear new music in 2025?" So my question is then, how soon do we think we're gonna hear that music? Is it gonna
April.
be like a spring, a summer, a fall? Like how fast do? Oh, of course, that's pausing
Well-
me on that terrible face.
April.
When she states that who wants to hear new music in 2025, does she mean her new music?
right. It could be anybody.
I mean,
It was Bad Bunny. That was what it was for.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I just want, someone has to play devil's advocate, because I don't want to get burned, where I'm like, another
Well-
album's coming out, and then it's like Takesha and Sickick.
Yeah. Tony, I'll join you a little bit because I think we can probably squash any return of like Donna and Nikki because clearly she's getting child labor for free on the background vocals and the finger snaps.
Yeah, that never happened. It could have happened during Celebration Tour. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's
clearly
going to happen,
The girls were there recording background vocals. The boys were clapping. I was like, oh, this is like, the credits are going to be the family members. What are they getting paid? Are they getting paid like day rate or like what's going on?
Yeah, right.
Got the per diem. Yeah. I mean, well, and then, if it is a family affair, I'm excited to hear that too. I please just, not on SoundCloud. We need, just
Well, but no, according to her little TikTok from Japan, she heard that all her kids are tone deaf at karaoke.
Right.
So,
but David plays guitar, so
David sings. He sang
Sure,
Mother and
he
Father
sang-
with
he's-
her on
Yeah,
the
he
tour.
sounded
does.
pretty good in concert.
yeah, I'm sure. I think she was just being, fun mom, but
Mhm.
Well,
I don't know. That was one of the funniest things in that video.
I'm going to jump ahead, actually, since we mentioned TikTok. So the fate of TikTok hangs in the balance. I'm assuming TikTok is going to be no more as of this weekend. Apparently, the ban goes into effect on the 19th. Besides clearly violating First Amendment rights, what will Madonna do without TikTok? Like,
Why? Is she on it a
Instagram
lot?
Reels.
she posts these sort of clippy, it's a more comic thing that she does there, although she's and it's not like every day. You definitely will see it because other people will repost it on Insta, so it's nothing you've not seen. But it's like, which I think some of her stuff, at least I imagine, is kind of shadow banned to me, or like kind of suppressed, which the algorithm does sometimes. But
yeah, I have to go to her account in order to see it. It doesn't come up in my.
It isn't because I don't get Madonna content on my FYP, because I do. I get a lot of Madonna double stuff. I get a lot
What
of.
does that FYP mean? I'm
That's-
the person who's never been on TikTok. Okay.
I
Okay,
don't
no
use it
problem.
either,
I don't
Tony.
mind it. I imagine there's a lot like you. There's only 170 million of us, so it's called the For You page, which you
Okay.
can have friends, people you add that you can look at regularly, but the FYP is, you can, let's say you're interested in camping, so you happen to watch a video with camping, you like the video, or you share it with a friend or comment, then you're going to get a lot of videos of
Nothing
camping.
but camping videos after
Yeah.
that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Tony,
no,
you're not,
I mean, it'll
honestly, you're
try
not
to,
really
like-
you're not really missing much. It's fine. Although Liberty's going to have a ton of free time on her hands after this, so she'll be able to finish her album real quick after this.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
TikTok has
Madonna,
been the only reason, but
Madonna's going to keep posting to Instagram Reels.
Sure.
Like like
I
if
believe
she
those
wa-
are more curated by Ricardo, though. So I think the
Yes.
TikTok things is just her, I want to have some fun, and
Oh, you think she did that narration overlay on TikTok?
I do, yeah, because it's
Oh,
some.
wow.
I don't think she edited that video. I think
Yeah, she did not edit
Ricardo edited that video, and then she just literally in one take probably just narrated what she was seeing.
That's how I've done it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, I know.
That
I'm pretty
seems like
sure
a
that
lot of
that's it.
work.
I know. I'm
It
learning
is.
some. I'm
Not
learning
if
some.
Ricardo
Taking
was putting
pictures
the
for
video
Stefan
edit
is
together.
so much work.
They take those videos. I know somebody commented on my little Madam X typewriter video. They're like, "Oh, you should do more of these." I'm like, "That took me an hour."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, it was
Yeah.
literally like 40 seconds, and it took me forever. I mean, because I'm doing it by myself. I need my own Ricardo. If anyone would like to apply for a free internship for MLVC, we're more than happy to have you along. So join the team. You won't get any glory on screen, but behind the scenes, you'll get lots of love.
We shall praise you.
That could be on their resume as a production assistant. So
Sure.
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Why not? Successful
Well,
podcast.
It would be an intern. We don't pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
Wait, what were
Yes.
our favorite parts of the TikTok video? I'm assuming Tony saw it because it was everywhere. Did you watch it?
No.
Oh, it was
Oh.
quite hilarious.
So
It
I'm
was
going
kind-
by
yeah.
what you guys are telling me. So
Oh, wow.
I actually haven't watched the whole thing. I've watched like most of it.
Oh, I
I
watched the whole
Liberty.
thing like 3 times.
Liberty.
I
She
know. Well, I
had
thought
me
I've already
rolling.
seen it. Yeah, no, she was cute. Like I think it's because I do have a job, guys. Like I have to.
Tony
And it
basically
takes up
she summarized her trip in Japan.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
that's I mean
But
it was
it was
basically her
very,
talking
like-
about but very like tongue in cheek and
It was very like early 90s Madonna humor.
Mm.
If early 90s Madonna had teenage and adult children. Like,
all right.
I watched it at like 5:30 in the morning before work, and I'm like, oh, I actually will enjoy today because this just gave me life.
Oh.
was also speaking of Madonna in Japan. So Madonna was in Japan for New Year's. I was curious as to why she went to Japan until I saw her holding some MDNA skincare, and then I thought, maybe she's meeting with the Japanese investors who run MDNA skincare about maybe participating again on some more promotion for MDNA skincare to help raise funds for her to help pay for the biopic. So that was my initial thought, because I'm like, yes, it was a family trip, but I just thought, why would she go all the way to Japan?
I had a whole other theory.
Oh, okay.
I have
Go
another
on.
one
Go
too.
on.
Yeah,
She
me
went to
too, me
get
too.
she went to get the rest of the stock and take it back to the US herself. And that's all that's left. And she went and got the rest of it.
Oh, I'm thinking more like she took her boyfriend to Benihana and he said, I've never been to Japan. And then they booked a flight and she took him. She goes, baby, you're with me. I'm going to show you Japan.
He's like, take me to a hibachi. She's like,
Oh,
bet.
Mhm.
Can you imagine?
She's here to make all his dreams come true. He's never seen the world, just like her dancers and Truth or Dare, Blonde Ambition, They've never seen the world. It's their first time on an airplane. I wanted to show them everything,
I can show you the world.
Exactly. It's a public service Madonna does for the youth of America,
She does. Yeah,
and,
she
and
is.
Jamaica.
Yeah. Tony's in a saucy mood in season 7 or so far.
I'm here for it.
Well,
Liberty, what's your theory?
Yeah.
Oh, well, the Japanese love New Year. It's bigger than Christmas for them. It's a big, big deal.
Really?
And
Oh, I
well,
didn't
that's
know.
what the Japanese teacher who is Japanese at my school, she told me that they really go all out for New Year. I also think, being that the kids were there, that it was a lot for them, because they seemed to really have a really good time. I mean, Mercy was really impressed with it, and I didn't know that maybe she hadn't been before or wasn't. Maybe they just never done a pleasure trip, or I don't know. But yeah, it just looked like inspiration, I think, fun, and maybe business in terms of MDNA skincare. But honestly, that never crossed my mind. I just thought she travels with it, and it was just whatever she had. But yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
she
it could have been an
hasn't
Easter
promoted
egg.
that skincare since the initial push. Like Tony,
Right.
when we first started the show
Yeah.
back in 2019, that was the last time that I think she was contractually obligated to promote the skincare. And you know her, I believe that she doesn't promote things unless she's getting paid, which speaking of promotion. So yes, that's right. Stefan got his unstoppable fireman's hat. It was a trucker's hat. It was to support it's an LA brand, Unstoppable. You might have seen Madonna wearing it in Japan. This is not the Japan hat because that was way more money. And this version was 50% of the proceeds of the sale of this hat go to LA firefighter relief. So I felt like, you know what, I'll put some money to LA and to an independent brand. But Madonna
we should put the link for that in the chat.
Yeah.
and I don't know if you saw, Unstoppable reposted me wearing the hat, so now I can add model to my resume.
Okay.
Okay. And, but yeah, so she was at the Unstoppable New Year's Eve party in Japan. I mean, she's been shilling their merch for months on her Instagram. Like she's been wearing the hats and stuff. And they're selling now a bespoke hat that she wore, or sorry, she held. She didn't wear it at the New Year's party. So I'm wondering if maybe she's got her fingers in that brand, like if she's like a co-owner, but like a silent co-owner, because like for her to be supporting a tiny brand like that much and then be in Japan for their New Year's Eve party, like it just, I don't see her doing something like that just as like a favor, you know. And if she is doling out favors in 2025, how about you come on this show, you know? So
I mean, she's the perfect face for a brand with that name.
Yeah, but speaking of favors, when was the last time Madonna did anyone a favor except herself?
Ding, ding, ding.
And it's not a bad thing. No, I'm not saying it is a bad thing.
Publicly.
It's like, you know, yeah, publicly. I mean, she's known to be very philanthropic, but she does not want to be known as a philanthropist, you know? But yeah, I mean, that's like, this is her moment. She can do whatever she wants. She doesn't owe anybody anything, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Also, speaking of philanthropy, doesn't she usually go, if she's not like on tour or something, doesn't she usually go to Malawi around the holidays?
Yeah, that's what I expected, actually. I think I even said that to you, Stefan. Like, usually she goes to Malawi for the holidays. So,
which I thought was strange that she wasn't there. She was in Japan instead, which
so
again,
there must have been purpose.
That's why I was like, you know what? I feel like it's business tied. Like it's not just a vacation, because usually that's when she's going to Malawi around this time of year, and she does a trip there.
She'll tell us on Monday whatever she posts on Instagram, because she has to listen to the show first, and then she'll she'll let us know.
You know what?
You created a habit there, Stefan.
I was like, I was watching Instagram before we went on. I'm like, she's going to post. You watch, kids. You watch. Madonna will post either tomorrow to like circumvent our they got the dish, or
it's going to be an MDNA Skin post.
Or she'll post on Monday or something. Like she always posts on Monday, and usually it's Monday, but then she like threw us off and was like, it was Tuesday the other week. Like but yeah, I guarantee you're going to see something she'll post tomorrow just to piss us off. so we'll have to wait another week or something. So
yeah. So we know life is a mystery around here, Madonna. Okay. We know.
Yep.
We're watching you. We collect you, you know?
Okay, I've been internet investigating, and like I think you're right, Stefan, that she is an investor in Unstoppable.
I'm telling you.
Ricardo's all over their Instagram, and this kid who's like their main model, he pops up in like other places. They're connected to Kitson.
I'm telling you, she's probably like a silent investor, and that's where she's making some money. So you're welcome, Madonna. Yes. I helped you out.
Oh yeah, there's like a whole bunch of like quasi World of Madonna and
I mean, Ben, she was on their
friends.
website when she posted that picture of her with the little bespoke hat that they made for her. Within the hour, she was on their website. I'm like, no, and it was not just like some screen grab off her Instagram. Like it was like full blown, high quality. Like Ricardo gave it to them, and I'm like, we know what's going on.
And they've been around for a while. 2017.
Yeah, I'm telling you. If Madonna, if you are in charge of the brand, can we have a couple T-shirts? You know, like
give me
an
one,
Unstoppable
please.
T-shirt. You know, like MLVC is unstoppable. That would be cute. Or Madonna is unstoppable.
We'll take that too.
We'll be on brand with our theme song. That's fine. That's fine. We'll take
Interesting.
it. Yeah.
That'll be funny if she does like an old school like conglomeration of all the stuff, and she called the album Unstoppable, and it's like becomes like a whole clothing line.
Yeah, I mean,
my God.
That's sort of like a retro kind of vibe of marketing. That's kind of how things used to be, right? Where it's like, I partner with this, and then I partner with these people, and I partner with that, and then I've got the album that's the same name, and it's just like in your face. It's everywhere. It's all you see.
Yeah,
it's the
360
kind of
release. Yeah,
you know, and especially with TikTok going away, it actually for so many brands. And you should see the things that some of the brands are posting on TikTok. They are going hard about like how much they don't like Zuckerberg. But anyway,
can't imagine why.
It's going to change how obviously people use Facebook and Instagram to promote a lot of things, but people have realized the reach TikTok had or has still, but won't have for very long. It's going to kind of change how people decide to brand and push things.
for sure.
People are using song clips. The idea is that, you're trying to promote music. You want people to, Bad Bunny is a fantastic example of this because he just came out with a new album. And the concept is I should have taken more photos. Essentially, that's the name of the title of the album. And it is perfect for like the going away of TikTok. And it is all over right now. And it's marketing genius. Really, there are other parts to it, but she's going to have to rethink some of those. In 2025, you're going to have to sort of take the lid off of the jar and see what you can do.
Scoop it out with your hand.
Yeah, put your fingers in the pudding.
I last 20 seconds on TikTok. That whole scroll just like gives me a migraine. I'm like, yeah, I'm officially middle-aged. I can't do this at all. I'm just like, oh my God. What is this doing to people's brains? Hell.
Oh, it's ruining us, but we're having fun. And we don't care. It's 2025 and we're doing what we want. It is time. It's time to do that now. It's like this. I mean, this show I joked about how, with the announcement for new music and then the next day she posts about, well, basically we talked about it and it was literally the next day. It's like we're talking to each other. But in the 2025 way of communication where you basically, everybody's talking about what you're doing and it's almost like you're having a virtual conversation. You never meet face to face. You don't talk one-on-one, but you're communicating. And it's just a different way of life.
Astral manifestation.
Yeah. And she's been in our heads. It's time we get in hers.
Ooh,
I don't know that
it.
I want to be there.
It's very crowded. It's very crowded.
I'm good right here. I'm good
quite busy.
Yeah. Leos are too much for me. I don't want to be in there because I know it's a zoo. So no.
Well, the other thing that came out of her trip to Japan was E! News reported a flurry of activity because Madonna in Japan sparked engagement rumors to her current BF, Akeem Morris. She was wearing a huge diamond ring on that finger. Do we think Madonna would get married again?
No.
Ben, you're shaking your head no as well. No?
I can't even with that one. I'm just going to sit quietly.
Yeah, I don't think it's in her best interest to marry anyone. She might, instead of marrying someone, she might as well just hand this guy a bag of money because that's that's what's going to happen,
Tony, why do you think Lola was on that trip? She was there keeping an eye on that, and she gonna cut him the minute he tries anything stupid.
Yeah, and
I'm not worried.
Rocco is an old school Italian tough guy, and that's
why he's
none of
named
that's gonna
Rocco.
fly.
Oh yeah. Lola and Rocco the other ones will be like, yeah, sure, and those two will be like, you're out. We're making calls. Goodbye.
Oh my God, I would love to see that biopic. Lola and Rocco, just like Madonna Mafia,
Yeah.
like
You can just tell. Lola gives it when she does modeling. She has that ferocity in her eyes where you're just like, oh, I bet she can fight, and she will just be done with you.
Yeah, she's the F around and find out.
She'll use her nails that she's always getting done.
Yeah,
I am here for it. Yeah,
I would imagine
him.
All of her children are probably fiercely protective of her, and which as she would be of them, and it's just a normal.
Yeah, Rocco with his brass knuckles. I think Lola would probably be like what's those those batons that the police have that they can just like they extend
and
real quick.
Just like a big dude. I feel like he could just whop on somebody.
Yeah,
so.
but I think Jerry Hall famously married Rupert Murdoch, who's like 90 years old, and then divorced him and cashed out. And so I'm thinking, unless Madonna is engaged to Rupert Murdoch, she bought herself that ring,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't. It's like look. We've seen her having fun for the last 15 or whatever years, and that's maybe enough. Why is it any of our really and truly? I mean, it would be our business only in the respect that we want to make sure she's okay and happy. It's
Yeah.
not because and safe. It's not. I don't know that for her marriage is necessary at this point. Because it could just be fun. Even we're not even privy to the real whatever the relationship. It's not like she's like, and here's my boyfriend in a post, you know. She doesn't change her Facebook relationship status, so we don't. We
don't have any like glowing People magazine cover story. It says Madonna, I'm so in love.
And thank goodness. I think, and it seems tabloids like that, they're looking for a story. Oh, isn't this scandalous? It's like, we're not impressed anymore, guys. You're gonna have to try a little harder for that. Because
they're trying to make a splash by saying, look, she's getting engaged to a younger man, you know, like as if like one, she can if she wants to. Two, who cares if she is, you know?
Right. Who cares? Like at the end of the day, it's like, again, it's just about, for us, it's just, is she safe? Is she happy? Is she having a good time? Yeah. That's all that matters. Because what do we want? We want music. As long as that comes, then
what do we want? Music. When do we want it? Now.
Exactly. I don't want to begrudge Madonna a personal life, but I need her to be single and focused on a project that will result in an album / tour / music videos. That's just me, though. You know.
Yeah. But it's worth acknowledging that part of why these stories happen is because it still gets clicks. All these years later, it gets clicks. And so she's still generating revenue for other people. And she's probably sitting there thinking, how can I monetize this in a similar fashion? Hence the biopic and all the other ideas.
Generates clicks. It generates comments, which also generates revenue and shares. And, but it does perpetuate some garbage.
It's gross misogyny, and in the end is what it is. It's the patriarchy.
Yeah, exactly.
That football coach is there's a 54-year difference between him and his girlfriend, but no one says anything about that.
That's okay.
That's okay. You know, he's a rich old white man, so he can do whatever he wants, you know.
And she's in love.
And suddenly if a woman pulls the same thing off, then suddenly it's like, you know, like, I don't know if you guys ever read like the Daily Mail where it's all thinly veiled insults, you know?
I mean,
you know.
Let's move on.
Yeah, I don't think it's not even like, it's unfortunate that these types of things rise to the surface it's because there's nothing, it's because I think at the end of it, they're also fans. They also want new music, but she's not doing it. So they need to talk about something else about her. And that's the thing. And the picture that she posts that's got the finger, you know, like everybody's like, oh, is that are you trying to tell us something? And I don't think she would be that blatant.
I think she's just showing off her bling.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, she's probably like, oh, they're going to think I'm engaged. Oh,
Happy New Year, bitch. You know, I got a ring.
Or maybe she did a sponsorship post with some jewelry company who were like, Madonna, can you wear this ring and we'll pay you $100,000 to post about it on Instagram? And so she posts about it by flaunting it and she gets $100,000. Seriously, I know that sounds ridiculous, but people make money that way. That's how they make money. Like if her posting a reel on Instagram, she's got millions of followers. She monetizes it. She's making money when she posts.
And that's the point.
You know, like that's how social media is good for people. So, yeah.
That's how everything is now because the music industry has completely changed. Every time I see a music video of a young artist, there are water bottles in there. Yep. There are, you know, skincare. Somebody's doing something to something that's already, you know, being marketed out there.
A car, a phone, a headset.
It's not like our, you know, and the golden age of MTV with Madonna and all, you know, Prince and Michael Jackson, where they put their money towards their vision to, you know, put together an art project. Now it's like, how do we get, you know, this water bottle in the shot, you know?
Well, I mean, it's even in the music. It must be the Tanqueray. I'm about to go astray, you know?
Yeah, right.
I mean, that was a check. She's getting she's getting cha-ching for that. If she's mentioning a brand in a song, that's a sponsorship. That's how it works.
Oh
Okay,
my God!
I've gone-
Remember there was that whole Stolichnaya like album,
Yeah.
like CD single that came out. I mean, that was
The
confusing.
MDNA special edition,
Yeah,
the Stoli Nightlife edition. You know, she only has that ring on that finger in like a couple photos from any of that. It's not anywhere else. And her hand is not photoshopped in that image. So you're probably right. It's probably some sort of like jewelry thing. Yeah.
I'm telling you, she's got her fingers in a whole bunch of things that she doesn't publicize because she wants
Oh,
to make
yeah.
it look like she's just, above that.
Living her
What's the
life,
Kardashian
yeah.
method?
Exactly.
It's the Kardashian
Yeah.
method. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
for
how
sure.
they make their living other than the TV show.
And
is like
honestly,
all
I'm not
these
knocking
silent-
it. I wish I could do it.
Right.
Come on,
Any
people.
brands?
Share
Well,
our
Stephen, you are
Instagram
complaining
account.
about making a 40-second video. How on earth are you going to be a full-time influencer?
That's-
Hey,
You
we would
I
do
know.
a
do
lot
not
of
have
stuff
what
for
it takes.
$100,000. Okay.
Did
Yeah,
you-
seriously,
so-
I'd spend the time.
So this week she did that photo shoot where she's on the bed with the straight hair and she's rolling back. I saw that. So Daily Mail had to publish an article, a full article about what's on Madonna's night table.
Oh, I
So
zoomed in to
they
look.
zoomed in, and it was actually really interesting. It's
I didn't. What's wrong with me?
What?
Madonna's water bottles, the brand of water that she drinks.
That little clock was great.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
the little
thought that was
clock,
cute.
all the books she's reading,
Bone.
with the names.
She's wearing Bone. I don't know what that is.
No,
That-
Bone is
that's
the name of the book.
poetry.
That's the book
It's
she's reading.
poetry. She used to be a model, and then she kind of got into
Mhm.
writing, and then it's
I
better
see.
than Rupi Kaur's poetry, but because she's the Yesra is her name,
Mm-hmm.
and the poet that wrote Bone, but I mean, she got a foreword by Casey Layman's. Oh, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. I have it on order after I saw it because I remember I'm like, that book is familiar. And then I had to go into my to purchase list and I'm like, oh yeah, I put that book on to buy like 6 years ago and I never bought it. So I ordered it from the library. So I'm going to read it.
Did you also order the Pam Anderson cookbook? Because that was on her bed too.
That was
Was
on her
it?
bed too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was in a special collection thing that we had a while back. And I actually,
Oh,
before we
yes.
cataloged it and put it out, I went through it at my desk at work and I was like, oh, wow, this is actually like her pickling stuff and like that is kind of
Yeah.
legit. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Which I
Yeah,
love
no,
that
so
because
just-
Pam's got a movie, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Last
the
Showgirl.
Last Showgirl. I haven't seen it yet. Maybe this
Me-
weekend.
That I'm seeing.
What's
You've seen
interesting
it?
about
Not yet.
what's interesting about that article, we get more of a sense of who Madonna is by seeing what's on her night table than what she's posting on Instagram.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm looking at her nightstand right now. There's 2 bottles of water. There's a stack of books. I think it looks like it's like a soup thermos, some sort of fake candle. I
That's
think there's
probably
a
tea.
box of tissues. Maybe it is tea in the
Yeah,
thermos
because you see
there's,
the-
It's
there's
tea
a little
in the
teacup.
thermos.
There's a little
Yeah.
teacup. Yes, there's a gold
The
clock.
teacup has been used.
No, the teacup has not been used. She just downs it
No,
from
when
the
when
thermos.
she
She just,
they put the teacup down when it's been used.
oh, I don't
Yeah.
stay in fancy places like that, Tony, so I don't know. I don't know. My teacups
You mean
are
Madonna's
disposable.
house?
My teacups are
Yeah, right.
disposable. So looks like there might be a jewelry box on the nightstand as well. Maybe that's where she keeps the ring.
Sure.
Yeah, I can't make
I
out
love
what the
that she
books are.
stacks her books the way I do when I have a bedside table. I don't have one right now, but when I do, I stack my books like that behind the lamp.
And it looks
Okay.
like there's a little pillow with M and a heart on it, and then lots of Japanese plushy toys.
I want to know what scent that candle is.
I know, right? It's probably
Gardenia.
tuberose.
Or is it like a goop vagina candle?
Oh my God. Okay.
I don't think Madonna's shopping at
And we've
Goop.
officially gone off the rails now.
I'm just saying.
I mean, really.
Not with Gwyneth. No.
That
Goop.
We
ship
don't know
sailed
if they've
years
made
ago.
up behind
Maybe
the
But
so.
JJ, where have we
Yeah.
gone, people? We are.
I mean, it
We were
is
supposed to keep
Madonna.
this above board, Ben.
She is the Madonna. She is the mother. Whatever.
Ben, if they had
all
reconciled, she would have ended up on the Goop podcast, and
That's
Madonna's
true. You're right.
Conspicuously absent from that project. So
Is that still
I don't
going?
listen to them.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, she's been around longer than we have.
She's got a store here in San Francisco in Marin.
Have you been?
Yeah.
Did you buy
And-
anything?
And
Did you buy a
no, 'cause
candle?
everything is white, and like the merchandising is great. Everything is white. There's nothing of color in there.
Oh.
And the people that work there are dressed all in white. And they don't look like doctors like Keels. They look like suburban women with like
Like a
clothing
cult.
budget, you know? Yeah. And they're all and if you stand there in the middle of the room, you can hear them all talk about how this worked great and this is amazing and this is great and
What
this
do
is
they
going to change
sell?
your life. Goop products. You can buy, a $5,000 cashmere throw, or you can buy skincare. You can buy vagina candles. You can buy sex toys. Anything that you want to buy that's
No.
the color ivory or the color white.
Well, I'm hopping on a plane tomorrow, Tony. I'll be there in a heartbeat.
Well, you can actually just drive to the store that they have in the Hamptons. I mean, why?
I was gonna say, there's probably one
of
closer.
course. Southampton?
Oh, I don't know. It's only in places where people.
Bridgehampton? It's one of those.
Yeah.
You got
But
the
anyway,
money.
yeah. Let's not talk about Gwyneth for another second.
Yeah, and I was gonna say she's not paying us to mention her brand.
yeah.
And get that out of there.
Next.
What's
What's next on our agenda?
The next and last item I have so far is where is the Bedtime Stories secret release? I cannot believe we have started another season and we are still not any closer to getting that. Like, why would you tease that? And then months. Did they tease it and we'll get it this October
No,
for the
that's
31st anniversary? I mean,
that's come and gone. I mean, I don't think there was anything. Period.
no, there had to be. She must have nixed it. I bet you at the last minute. She was like, "Don't put that out."
Yeah. Woke up one day and was like, nah, I don't feel like it.
Yeah, there's like all these T-shirts that were printed up. We were gonna get like T-shirts and like a record for vinyl, a vinyl for record day or whatever. And then she's like, "Don't, just put it, trash it."
No, there is a very, very embarrassing Reddit thread where at least 30 people are convinced they know it, they've seen it, they know what it includes, and each one of them is more wrong than the next person, and it's like, I mean, it's fine, it's fan fiction, to be honest, but if everyone is convinced that it's coming, one person's like, oh, this is a Christmas Day release, you're welcome, and the other one's like, no, it's coming out New Year's Day. And like, no, it's coming out on the Feast of the Ass. I'm just like, are you kidding me right now? No, seriously, I read that and I'm like, do you think Madonna's looking at the calendar saying like, yeah, I'm going to release bedtime stories on a Catholic holiday, like, come on.
Yeah.
At this point, it's just like, well, like people making shit up because there's nothing concrete anywhere about it, and if there were, there would have been an announcement that would have been official and some of our colleagues would have caught on to that and let us know or let everybody else know. So I think
we would have known.
that's that,
Well,
I mean,
hopefully something. I mean, I'm assuming, and we're going to start it again. We should start a countdown now. Let's see how long will we have to wait for something new from Madonna this season? Madonna, if you are listening, or someone from your team, an intern, or some Ricardo's intern, or whoever, we'd love something sooner rather than later, just so we have more stuff to talk about. But we're more than happy to theorize for the next couple of months as well.
Yeah.
I think
also-
David's listening.
all of the digital releases have pretty much been released, like all the CD singles. So that's done. I don't expect to, go to Apple Music on a Friday and see anything from Madonna because I feel like it's all out there already.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it'll be curious to see when something comes and if it's new music. I mean, I'm assuming that the tour film and the live album have to be coming soon. Like there's no that if it's not out soon, it just seems like a
I bet we
wasted
don't get a
opportunity.
live album without a record deal or some kind of distribution. I bet we just get a tour film.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't want what happened with Madam X to happen to Celebration, where it comes out, it's an afterthought. It gets lost on Paramount Plus. No one sees it.
Yeah.
And there's no physical release, 2 years after that, there's a vinyl release of the live and it's like that. None of that makes sense.
Yeah.
It took too long and there's no urgency anymore. It's just
Yeah,
there.
well, Tony, I mean, not everyone's coming to the future. I mean,
No.
Well, but the
Yeah.
Madam X stuff, that was also driven by the fact that she got so waylaid by COVID,
Yeah.
right? Like that not being able to just go and do anywhere she wanted as she pleased. And that really like threw her off. I mean, she didn't get her mojo back until what, 2021 probably,
Yeah.
when she started releasing the greatest. Yeah. So I think a lot of that stuff just got thrown with the horse. Oh, bad pun for her, but
I was like, oh no.
yeah. But you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I think we all feel the same way, that we want the Celebration era to be wrapped up in the way it deserves to be wrapped up, because it was so momentous and it was so great.
Yeah.
And it really highlit Madonna's career for the first time in a really long time since
I mean,
maybe
we're
Reinvention.
approaching almost a year from when she
Yeah.
did Rio. Like she did Rio on May 4th. It's like
Yeah.
we're almost at a year. It's like, come on, like I'm anxious.
Especially when the high def footage from Rio is like, I mean, it's constantly changing who posts it, but it's all over YouTube, and it's like, just make an official version of that if you have to.
that
It's just
was
so
that was
good.
shown on Brazilian TV as a show. I watched it as a show.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and it's edited. I mean, it has different angles. It doesn't look crazy. It's not cut up like her previous things. I'm just ready, as you guys all are, for something to come out and that's put out by Madonna with the same quality and the same care that she used to put out product that, we're spoiled. She got us used to expecting, high-end products,
Yeah.
Okay,
Caliber.
so I wonder if because it did, you bring up an interesting point, Tony, that I hadn't thought about before, because we all scrambled and watched it on VPNs and weird apps and like that. But that tour and the show actually aired on live broadcast television, which involves a contract with rights that have a time period. So it could also be, and I you just made me think about this, because I've had poems that have been published, and like if there's a audio or digital aspect to them, those have a different time frame than just the poem being published in a journal or a book. I wonder if there's like an embargo against when she can actually release an edit that like Jonas or somebody did, because the Brazilian TV people have like the rights for like 9 months to a year.
Yeah.
Oh, I
well,
hadn't
that
even
bank,
thought about
that
before.
bank paid her a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And you're right, Ben. If they wanted to capitalize on their exclusivity, then they were probably like, we own this for a year. And it's the same thing. It's like when you see something that finally lands on Netflix, or it's like it premieres on Netflix and then goes to Hulu, or vice versa, or whatever. It's like, yes, with streaming platforms, you're totally right. That's exactly what it is. I don't know why.
Well, and that would explain.
I feel like you're right. I think that might be like kind of similarly what happened with Blonde Ambition. Blonde Ambition was released on Laserdisc through Pioneer, because they had the rights to the show, because they sponsored the whole Japanese leg of the tour.
Yeah.
So until HBO transmitted it, you couldn't get it on video anywhere in the world. You had to buy a Laserdisc player that played on a Pioneer machine,
Yep.
Yeah.
And honestly, she's probably like, I'll take the money and they'll just have to wait.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I think that
Yeah.
got finessed a little bit when when Girly Show played on HBO and then she released it on VHS. I think that they, kind of like streamlined that.
We've nailed it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
So
yeah.
What 9 months? Will it be 9 months? What's 9 months?
That was the 1st of May, right? So May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January.
Yeah, Liberty
February
could have
would
had a
be-
baby.
Yeah.
And Nathan
So maybe
Celebration.
like April it could come out.
Yeah. Right.
Well,
So
here's
it'll be like
hoping.
it'll be like Confessions and I'm going to tell you a secret. Like literally they came out at the same time. Because remember, I'm going to tell you a secret came out a year and a half after the reinvention
After,
tour.
yeah.
She literally released it and did like an MTV special like a month before Confessions came out. So
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Well, and did you all see that Gaga's doing Gaga Cabana? She's going to be at Rio, like literally a year after Madonna.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I
didn't
didn't
see
see
that.
that.
She posted.
But so many are doing that now. Like it's
yeah, it's
like
now it's like the big popular thing to do.
Yeah.
Madonna made it popular again. you
yeah,
know?
Madonna
that
did it.
was
I got to do
such-
it now.
That
Yep.
was such a good show.
I know.
so good.
I love that Lady Gaga's kind of following in Madonna's footsteps. She just had a flop movie. She's going to do Rio.
She really did. I know. I was like, oh well, it's going to happen sooner or later.
Yeah.
Did her new song that came out a little bit ago, was it a hit? I have no idea.
Well, no,
Yeah,
because
all her-
what's happening is her duet with Bruno Mars is like circumventing her single. So like
Yeah.
I think
Oh.
she dropped any sort of future promotion for her upcoming album because that Bruno Mars single, it's like been #1 on the charts
Yeah.
for months now. Like it's gone gangbusters.
Oh,
That
wow.
Bruno Mars single for her is like, that's an upcoming CVS Walgreens classic. It's like, it plays on adult contemporary radio. It's I
Oh, I love
don't
that
think-
song. I love that song.
Yeah.
I listened to it once. That was
Oh, I
was
love
enough.
it. It's
Yeah,
so
I
good.
Make it better
it'll-
than Disease. So
It'll live on. It'll live on. People like it when she does, like same with Madonna. They like it when she does a ballad,
Yeah.
or when she does
I'd be
something
happy. I'd be
that's
happy to hear that when
mid-tempo.
while I'm shopping for deodorant in CVS.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't mind that the new Gaga song. I was like, wait, isn't this Teeth from Fame Monster? It literally was the same song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, and I love Teeth. That's one of my favorite Lady Gaga songs. I'm like, show me your teeth. Oh my God. And that fan video with the two vampire dudes doing all the thing, I was like, okay, I'm here for this. The good old days.
But what we're really here for is, I
Yes,
guess,
yes.
we're going to keep our eye on the road to see when that Celebration tour bus pulls up into our town, I guess,
Oh, if only. Can we go on a road show? I'd love that. Please, Madonna, rescue me from my life. Take me on
I
the
know.
road.
A
yeah, it's
road
very
show.
dreary.
Yeah, wouldn't it be great if she, went to every big city and showed Celebration tour in 70 millimeter in a big movie theater? But
Or
Obviously,
just
that's
like
not
the
gonna
side of
happen.
the side of the bus just comes
The side of
down
the
and there's
bus,
like a
yeah.
screen and we can all like sit in the parking lot with her. She's passing out popcorn. And,
Madonna's drive-in tour. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, she's driving the bus, and with her little unstoppable trucker's hat.
That's right.
And no, Ricardo's driving the bus. Madonna's in the passenger seat, so she can wave to everybody
Because
while
she's
they.
passenger princess. Yes.
Yes, exactly. I love this. I
But
think
yeah,
that's
but
Madonna Summer
seriously,
Movie
though-
Series. She
Yeah.
just coming to your town this summer. Madonna Celebration tour off the. Well, she already has the little silver bullet, the little trucker
Oh,
thing.
the Airstream.
The
Mhm.
Airstream. She's got that Airstream that she can just.
Perfect.
Yeah, she's ready. Come
Well,
on.
here's hoping that we get the Celebration tour in the next couple months. And also, I was just thinking, since Madonna's friend Demi Moore is probably going to be nominated for an Oscar this year, I wonder if it'll be the return of Madonna's Oscar party.
Right.
That she
Oh, I
used to
hope
host.
so.
She used to host with Demi, and then it became her and Guy, or maybe it'll be all of them again. But at least we get to see that if that happens.
Yeah.
Oh, and like I had said in the Kiki chat, wouldn't it be fun if since Demi Moore is now having a resurgence, Madonna and Demi Moore team up for a current version of what's the name of the movie?
Lita and Swan.
Lita and Swan. So Madonna and Demi Moore were meant to do a cop buddy film back in the early 90s, and it was all set to go, and then it just disappeared. And I've forever lamented the fact that we never got a cop comedy. I don't know if it was going to be a comedy. I would hope it was going to be a comedy,
Yeah.
like a cop, sort of like Lethal Weapon, but for females. And I was but like, wouldn't it be fun if like they now that Demi Moore's having a resurgence, they like let's revive this undone movie and we'll just set it in current times. Madonna will have been so her cop. I assume she's Swan. I can't see her being Lita. I bet you Demi's. Let's just say Demi's Lita, Madonna Swan.
Wait,
so
is this like cops at a Florida retirement home?
Well, so
like,
that's what I'm
know,
going to say is
right?
that Madonna's cop has retired and Demi's still active, but she's going to retire. But there's one big case that they have left to do, and they drag Madonna's character Swan out of retirement to help them combat this whatever case it is, and then they go out on a high note, and that's it's so that's my dream is that
I'd
Madonna
love
can
that.
relaunch her film career with Lita and Swan because it's never been done, but we bring it back.
okay, I just did a little research about because Brazilian television rights are actually controlled by the federal constitution in Brazil. The typical average for holding a streaming broadcast right is 6 months. So maybe the January save date was originally intended to be the tour film because it looks like you wouldn't count May. So it would be June, July, August, September, October, November, right?
Luckily,
to have
we
a
have been
librarian on the
looking up
podcast.
Brazilian broadcast laws. Thank you.
This is the benefit of having a librarian. Yes.
Right, exactly.
Well, everybody, it's late for us, and we're all exhausted. So we're gonna go get some. We're gonna have a little bedtime story and go to bed. But remember, you can find us on all social platforms at MLVC Podcast. If you'd like to donate to the show, help us with some Botox. We're on Venmo at MLVC Podcast, or click that like button on YouTube, and you can donate via Super Thanks. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, click that subscribe button so you never miss a video. We've got some banner anniversaries coming up for Madonna stuff this year. So we're going to be very busy. I think Justify My Love, and I think Desperate to Seek Susan turns 40, and Confessions on a Dance Floor, and like slew of fun is coming down the pipeline. And of course, our Madonna Summer Movie Series will return this summer. So lots of fun coming our way, and I can't wait to finally talk about some new Madonna music whenever.
Yeah, lots of
Yay.
surprises coming.
I know. Honestly, the moment she releases a song, I'm gonna have to like do a reaction video because I haven't been able to like. If she does like a brand new song and a music video, I'm gonna grab my phone. Like I
was gonna say, you're gonna explode, just right in
if
front
it's
of
in
us.
the middle of the night, I just like please drop it at like.
Oh, it would be midnight, right? So we
I know
wake
it's
up.
gonna be late. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
wake up.
like put it out at lunchtime so I can watch it.
Give me the 4 p.m. special, please.
Oh,
Really? I mean, come on, Madonna. You know who your fans are and you know how old they are. Come on.
we are not all night owls.
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, wave goodbye to all the lovely people, everyone. Bye. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.